All right, so we have One Piece chapter 1109, Obstruction. We actually have a cover story in Wano where we can see Onigashima is sinking under the sea towards the ancient Wano. The chapter starts where the last one ended, with the pre-recorded announcement from Vegapunk, and in this we see Vegapunk, Stella, and the satellites with him to know that it is pre-recorded. Vegapunk's broadcast signal makes it so that every Marine's Den Mushi all over the world broadcast this message, and no one can turn it off. And Shaka suggests that people around the world, they're gonna need some time to prepare their screens and visual Den Mushi. So Vegapunk tells people around the world that they will wait 10 minutes so everyone can prepare their screens and visual Den Mushi, which I don't like because that leaves leeway for someone to turn the recording off. Hopefully that's not a thing. And we see Usopp and Nami's group who are seeing Vegapunk's message, and they're confused as to what Vegapunk is doing. No news about Zoro, Jinbei, and Brook in this chapter. And then we cut to Luffy, and he's still grabbing Saturn's head. And then the four other Gorosei back in Mary Joie are talking to Saturn, and it seems that they're talking through some type of telepathy through their powers. And the Gorosei is Vegapunk really dead? To Saturn. And Saturn says he thinks so because he saw how Kizaru killed him. So they figured that he must have a death trigger for the broadcast, and they're probably the source of that signal is probably in Egghead's labo. And we start to see the reactions of people all across the world as they prepare for Vegapunk's signal. In Dressrosa, we see Rebecca, Leo, Kairos, and other people in their screen. Okay, the Grand Fleet is just not coming unless it's everybody but Leo. And Leo says, is that the doctor that Luffy's holding hostage? Because remember, those newspapers went out with misinformation that Luffy is holding Egghead hostage. And Rebecca is telling him, hey, don't believe that propaganda. They're just trying to make Luffy look evil. And in Fuchsia Village, Whoopslap says that they don't have a projector in the village, so they'll just listen to Vegapunk's voice. And in the World Economy newspaper headquarters, Vivi is confused about where Luffy is in recording because she's under the impression that this isn't pre-recorded, but it is. And Morgans does tell her that the broadcast must be pre-recorded, and Wappo is there with them too. It's nighttime in Water 7, and Iceberg wakes up and tells his genius secretary Alice to go ahead and prepare the screens to broadcast Vegapunk's message, and she said she already prepared the screens all over the city. And in the Kamabaka Queendom, Ivankov is surprised to see Vegapunk's new head, and Dragon, being a fraud as usual, looking towards the east, is thinking about how Shako is telling him he's about to die and he's a fraud and he's still not showing up. And we also see some other randoms reactions on other islands. Obviously, we don't really care about. And then we go back to Egghead, and Luffy is wondering why there's no damage being done to Saturn, and so he decides to use another strategy. And my little theory is, I think that they literally just had to cut off his head on some Demon Slayer shit. He can regenerate, cut off his head. Like if you look at Saturn's face, he does have permanent damage, it looks like, from a sword slash. So like he can't be invincible. He ain't the Man of Steel. So like there has to be a way to kill him. And Kizaru shoots a laser beam from his eyes, but Luffy dodges it, you know, no reaction. Kizaru moving like Homelander. Then Luffy slaps Kizaru and Saturn together with his giant hands using a very strong attack called Gamu Gamu no Dan symbol. Like, look, isn't there an actual monkey with symbols that does this? And it obviously turns them flat like paper, and they have a bunch of stars around their head. And Luffy grabs the squash Kizaru and Saturn and throws them both towards the sea. Luffy just handled this 2v1 like literally like it was light work. Kizaru hits a battleship, and we see him lying down panting on a ship, rethinking his life decisions, obviously, because he's got 2v1 by Luffy alone with Saturn. However, Saturn flies back like a boomerang and attacks Luffy with his leg. And Saturn is using a technique similar to Gum Gum UFO, but it probably looks like a fidget spinner because he's a spider. And Luffy dodges the attack, but he gets extra eggy when he see that Saturn is still uninjured. And Luffy is like livid. Why is he not taking damage after all I did? And the other four members of the Gorosei make a contact with Saturn again, and the Gorosei are saying, Saturn, we don't got time for this. We can't allow Vegapunk to talk. And then Saturn is saying, I know, then I shall call you all. And then out of nowhere, a bunch of black lightning appears in Egghead Island, and the Marines are seeing what's happening from the battleships, and they're in shock. And Saturn says, hey, with this treasure I summon, touches the ground. 4 giant magic circles appear around him. Huge black flames come up from magic circles. And Luffy obviously in shock with his eyes popping out. What are those? And Sanji, still carrying Vegapunk, observes in shock as he sees the black flames that appear around where Luffy is fighting. And he's like, those things, they're back where the spider-grams appear. And we get a message. The stars are assembling. And that is the end of the chapter. Break next week. Now, something I'm questioning, because Saturn has been thrown around the whole like map of Egghead so many times that there's no way they're in the exact same position of the summoning circle that he came from. So I'm wondering if Sanji is saying that the rest of the Gorosei are coming from the same summoning circle where he originally summoned, or he's summoning them right next to him to jump Luffy. And Loki, it's making me think, them being this linked is making me think that, like, why do they have this ability to have they have this telepathy, like as if they're one? Can they combine? Are they like special, or is this like a special race of like demons who can communicate each other? It is what I'm thinking, because like, why can they do this? This not a devil fruit. They're using magic, telepathy and shit. So it's like okay, the One Piece world just has magic hex circles that nobody knows about right now because the world government just been gatekeeping. Remember back then in like Brook's flashback or something like that, we did see some magic hex circle shit that we did see. And I'm pretty sure when Brook was sent away by Kuma, didn't he get summoned on an island where they tried to do like some magic summoning too with a hex circle? It's all weird, but I'm gonna make follow-up videos because we're on a break week, so I have time. I'm gonna explain a lot of my thought process and theories, because I have a lot of theories from this. Like, I really think they are a special race, and low-key Blackbeard might be a part of that. Nah, that's a stretch. But definitely I'll be making more videos during the break week, and after the break week, more spoilers you can expect. So subscribe, like and subscribe, turn on post notifications for more spoilers when more spoilers come out. But yo, this is a very solid chapter, very good chapter. I was not expecting bro to just pull off Sukuna Maharaga summoning the rest of the Gorosei. Once again, I still don't like that Vegapunk is giving people leeway and time to set up the message. Like, it makes sense, but at the same time is leaving leeway for the Gorosei to have 10 minutes to turn this shit off. But let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm gonna get this video out for y'all as fast as possible. So peace, appreciate y'all for watching me, because there's many other options, but hey, appreciate y'all. Peace, love.